Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you're brand new, welcome back if you're not, and welcome home if that works for you. This week we're going to talk about what's happening, what's up, right? For the week of August 26th through the 1st of September 2024. So exciting, by the way, it is so exciting. Let's just get right in. So Monday, the 26th, we start the week with literally a one aspect day. The Gemini moon is going to square the Virgo sun. So here's the deal. This could be a day where internal tension might kind of get us out of the gates, right? This is the last quarter moon, right? So this square to the sun is the last quarter. It's going to perhaps bring with it a sense of pressure, urgency, right? That's okay as long as you use it to create instead of be self-critical, right? You want to definitely make sure that you're focusing on motion, movement, momentum, instead of that self-deprecating sort of energy that could accompany Virgo season. Nobody wants that, right? On Tuesday, early, overnight, Venus in Virgo is going to trine Uranus in Taurus. That's a lot of Earth, right? Then that Gemini moon is going to square Saturn, conjunct Jupiter, sextile both Mercury and Chiron, both in retrograde, and then conjunct Mars. Okay, so here's the thing. Those Dreamtime insights, because that Venus trine to Uranus is overnight for sure. So those Dreamtime insights might really offer you ways through a problem. It might let you kind of see around a corner, something that hasn't been very clear, right? The key here is this. You will also see the pitfalls of those solutions, right? Of those kind of narrow corners. So make sure that you are extra careful where you choose to be in action. Resist any kind of impulse or urge to be drawn into a conversation that feels like it's being recycled, right? This thing that we could have talked about or have talked about a million times. No. Instead, choose action, right? Remember, this is a day of Earth energy dominance. Don't give in to something that is old or recycled or coming up from the depths. No. Choose action. On Wednesday, the 28th, that Gemini moon, squares Venus, and then retrograding Neptune right before the moon moves into Cancer. And this all happens overnight, right? And then that Cancer moon is going to quincunx Pluto, retrograding still in Aquarius on Wednesday. And then that Cancer moon will sextile the sun. Venus in Virgo opposes Neptune, right? Her highest octave. Very exciting. And then at 4:14 p.m. Central Time, Mercury will move direct. Dun, dun, dun. Very exciting. So here's the deal. This is love, money, all possibilities related to those subjects are absolutely... Oh. Hold on. I'm dropping things. All right, love and money, all things related, are 100% on the table on Wednesday. That Cancer moon really might create a desire within you to kind of hermit yourself away, to close your doors and turn out the world. Well, that might be a good option on Wednesday. It might be a better option, at least, than finding yourself in some kind of overt overreaction with no way to backpedal, which is never any fun, right? So the key here is that things and people absolutely might not be what they are appearing to be. So on Wednesday, really proceed with caution. Take extra care to look carefully. Really try to see your surroundings. And as Mercury goes direct at 21 Leo, right, mind the way that your ego is creating your behaviors or asking you to perhaps lean in a louder way than is necessary. Just mind everything. Make sure that you have real clarity before you choose to do anything. On Thursday, the 29th of August, Venus moves into Libra early in the morning, and then that Libra Venus is going to trine Pluto. The moon in Cancer will trine Saturn and square Chiron. Now, any of those relationship or financial gaps, right, are going to be exposed. I know we don't like that, but it's true. All of the places where you have those crevices or those the ways that your needs aren't being met, whether that's in love or money, right? All those ways and places where your freedom is challenged or feeling binding or smothering, you are going to feel it. It will crop up and show itself on Thursday. You'll absolutely be required to level up your response game. So here's the key. Alignment. Alignment. Whenever Venus is concerned, you really want to come back to that alignment, right? It's always the thing that's going to lead you in the correct direction. And it has to pervade all of the levels, right, of your consciousness and of your existence. So it's not just about what's not working in the physical. It's also about what's not working in the spiritual. It's also about what's not working in the mental or the emotional. All of those things are going to have to be taken into consideration, especially on Thursday, right? On Friday, the 30th, that Cancer moon is going to sextile Uranus and trine Neptune. And then the moon moves into Leo right around lunchtime. And then the moon opposes Pluto. Again, still in Aquarius, still in retrograde. And then that Leo moon is going to sextile Venus. This is a day where you might feel very strongly rose-colored glasses, right? It's real tempting to put those on and wear them, especially in the morning. Be a little bit wary of how you choose to settle into that fantasy rut with those rose-colored glasses on your face, because by afternoon, those energies are really going to shift the very ground beneath you. And if you're real focused on those rose-colored glasses, the stumble might be very, very ungraceful, and it might be a lot longer way to the ground than you'd like it to be. So again, move with caution, right? Proceed with caution. Absolutely. On Saturday, the 31st, we have just a minor aspect. The Leo moon is going to quincunx Saturn in retrograde. So this is really one of those days that can be whatever you want it to be. So my suggestion, if you're interested, would be to stick to your routines, right? Even if you want to really play, even if you want to jet out and do something different, stick to your routines on Saturday, because Sunday is full of big energy. So on Sunday, September 1st, the Leo moon will sextile Jupiter, conjunct Mercury, and trine Chiron. Uranus moves retrograde at 27 degrees of Taurus at 10:18 a.m. Central Time. The Leo moon will square newly retrograding Uranus, and then Pluto backs up into Capricorn. at 7:10 p.m., right? So we know that, well, we'll talk about that in a second. And then that Leo moon sextiles Mars, quincunxes both Neptune and Pluto, and then before the day ends, the moon moves into Virgo. So this is a day of wow, right? If it wasn't enough for that Leo moon to have you all up in your own business, right? We have two huge aspects on Sunday. Uranus moving retrograde is, well, let me put it this way. It offers you a very personal change and insight. They're going to be readily available to you, and they're going to offer you the chance to do some, let's call it, some new levels of personal work, right? Uranus is the planet of awareness, of change, of enlightenment. And so Uranus moving retrograde turns that energy inward. And so your own change, your own enlightenment, your own self-awarenesses will really be highlighted during this time. Now add to that the fact that Pluto is backing up into Capricorn. This is going to reactivate any issues that that we've had with big pharma, big tech, big business. Anything you can put big in front of, right? Big government, big blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. This Pluto in Capricorn transit has been happening since 2008, and it will not happen again for 230 years, until 2254, as a matter of fact. And so now is the time to get those things right, right? Definitely ask yourself what your plan is. What is your part? And I will say that Pluto is in Capricorn until November of this year. And if you are U.S. based, you already know that our election is in November of this year. And so just pay attention. Just pay attention to that, right? Remember how we talked about this being big tech, big pharma, big government, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then things will change, and we don't get this energy back for 230 years. So now is the time to activate that Pluto and Capricorn energy to really wrap up our cycles of big tech, big pharma, big business, big government, big whatever, all right, let's talk. On Monday, we have the Four of Cups, the Two of Swords. Four of Cups is that energy of disengagement. It's, I don't know. Two of Swords equals that, right? This is about confusion. This is about having to choose, but not really wanting to choose, not really seeing a best choice. Internal tension, right? As the moon is in that last quarter, remember we talked about this. If you feel a sense of pressure or urgency, use it to create movement. Don't give in to the spiral. Don't give in to the whatever. No. Action, right? Lean into the action this week. It's important. It's really important. On Tuesday, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. Slow and steady progress towards the goals, right? So we talked about those Dreamtime insights that are going to bring you awarenesses, right? Or perhaps allow you to see around a corner. It doesn't mean you have to jet off. In fact, be extra careful again where we're choosing action. Do something slowly, right? We're not talking about jet propulsion. We're not talking about reinventing the wheel. We're talking about possibilities. And resist that urge to recycle anything, right? We're looking for something brand new and emotionally fulfilling, not something that requires us to back up. The Knight of Pentacles will not back up. Right? Absolutely not. He is committed to his very slow but steady forward progress toward the goal. He's all about it. So don't deviate. Wednesday, we have the Star and the Queen of Pentacles. How lovely. Love and money, right? And all of the possibilities thrown up there today. Here's the deal. If you cannot find yourself in cosmic blessing, then slow down. Proceed with caution. The universe is giving you all that you need, right? You have all of your resources. If now is not the time to step out, don't step out, right? And remember that you're going to move slowly. These pentacles, right? The Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles are asking you, be sure of your footing, right? You know those signs in businesses, move carefully on wet or uneven ground, right? Move carefully. Even with the divine in your pocket, move carefully. Why? Because you get all the help you need, but you have to help yourself too. So move with caution. If you know this is a thing, let it be a thing. Just take your time. More Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles and the Empress on Thursday. This is reciprocity. This is also learning and teaching. Again, we are fully resourced and we know it, right? There's nothing we're lacking. There's nothing we have to worry about not having. And again, all of those ways and places where you are challenged are going to be highlighted today. And so what you need to do is come back into your alignment. Witness that everything you need, you already have, right? Six of Pentacles is the minor version of justice in which all of the scales are balanced. So understand, you're being drawn closer and closer to balance all the time. And the closer you are to alignment, right, to being that plumb line in the middle, as opposed to the moving levers on the sides, the better off you are. All levels, the real levels and the etheric levels, all of the levels of your consciousness and your existence. Brilliant, right? On Friday, the 30th, you have the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Cups. Listen. We talked about this as rose-colored glasses, right? These are absolutely rose-colored glasses placements. I got everything I need. You bet I do. And I'm going to go after it. I don't care. It's brilliant. Let's go. Be wary of how you are willing to settle into a fantasy, because those energies are going to shift. This Knight of Wands, he moves in very impulsive ways. And even if you believe strongly, sometimes moving too quickly can lead you to fall when you wouldn't normally, right? Remember, the Knight of Pentacles is always getting where he wants to go. He might just go a little bit slower. The Knight of Wands is here to say to you, slow down, take it easy, right? Move with clarity. Understand what it is that your goals are, right? You are, again, super blessed. Super blessed. You've got it all. Take your time. You don't have to rush toward what you already have, right? All you have to do is stand there and let it come to you. Saturday. Temperance and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, we talked about this as that day where stick to your routines, right? Absolutely. More pentacles. Remember why you're doing it. Temperance is a synthesis, right? This is that knowledge plus experience equals wisdom card. So use your wisdom wisely. All you have to do is allow yourself to utilize all of your opportunities today. That means just breathe. Be witness to what's going on in your world. Witness all of your opportunities. Take stock of them, right? You get to do that. You have time to do that on Saturday. And you're reminded of it again here. On Sunday, look, you've got the Eight of Swords and Temperance. Reminding you, again, right? Reminding you of these opportunities. This is the day where we talked about Uranus moving retrograde and Pluto backing up into Capricorn. The Eight of Swords makes you, that's not the right words I want. The Eight of Swords is a card that reminds you that your beliefs are what hold you bound. The true Eight of Swords energies are about your mindset or your focus being on where you are so strongly that you can't step out because your ideas, your brain, your mind, your mental game won't allow it, right? This card right here is why we do the work, because we're never stuck. We're never in the rut. We're never bound by anything that is not simply an idea of being bound. Temperance is here to remind you of that, right? Strongly of your opportunities, right? Temperance says, really? You sure? You sure about that? Because you're not stuck. Uranus, retrograde, inward, right? We move inward to the center of this. Is this real? Well, what does my knowledge tell me? What does my experience tell me? So what does wisdom answer in the is this real? And as we move back into Pluto and Capricorn for the last time in the next 230 years, and we spend 3 months trying to clean up what has been our belief of being bound, how are we going to synthesize that? How are we going to put it into motion? Right? Are we going to allow those beliefs to keep us stuck, or are we going to shift them? This is a card of motion. Temperance is truly about adding things together, combining. So if we combine what we've learned with what we want to do, then what happens is that we change our mind, and then we change our life, right? You can't make it up, guys. It's so easy. So easy. All right, we have card 50, the spiral. How beautiful is that? And how interesting, too, that that we have this ammonite, this beautiful spiral sitting here. Absolutely, right? Come on. You can't make it up. You just can't. All right, let's read. The spiral. The essence of this card, from galaxies in the sky to diminutive shells at the beach, the spiral is found extensively in the natural world. Its shape, in the form of a coiled serpent, has been used since ancient times as a tool for growth and transformation. The spiral is a guide for entering deep into one's consciousness and the unknown, and then extending far out into the heavens. It's crucial to surrender to this journey until the exhausted paradigm dissolves into the depths of the psyche and its energy is released to give birth to a new reality. Pluto moving into Capricorn for 90 more days, guys. We have the power to birth a new paradigm. Whatever shall we do with that? Let's figure it out. The invitation to renew yourself. You must shed your old skin. You've already done this, so do not keep scraping away at the old, but welcome the new skin that is starting to grow. Break the habit of working on your faults all the time and let nature take its course, right? We talked about that in terms of don't fall into self-deprecation. Don't fall into self-doubt. Just do something. Just do something, right? Know that new skin feels vulnerable and scary at times. Trust the medicine of the spiral as it guides your journey of renewal, right? We talked about this as moving us inward. Uranus moving us inward, offering us ways and opportunities to shift and change ourselves, and then witness that change then in turn in the wider, right? The medicine. The spiral announces a descent to the depths and a rebirth. Allow nothing to get in the way of this process, as the time is right and the forces of nature are supporting you in this endeavor. Well, we talked about that too. Use stones, twigs, or yarn to build a spiral on the ground that is large enough to walk through with at least 3 turns. Enter the spiral slowly. Once in the center, offer to the earth your feelings or situations that you no longer want in your life. And then as you walk back the way you entered, feel recharged for your new journey. Listen. As above, so below, right? As within, so without, and vice versa. So how do we create this shift and change in the world? We recognize that we are already there, and all that we are doing is leaning in, accepting the journey, saying yes to the movement that already is there, instead of being in resistance to the motion. We can't be in resistance. We can only be miserable about the fact that we're trying to fight it, right? Why are we so miserable? Because we want to be. End of story. Because we want to be. Until we don't want to be, and then we find ways to get out. The universe is always there with a hand out. It's about whether we're willing to reach. Are you willing to reach? I think you are. Good luck this week, guys. Stay focused. And remember that you are the most important part of the big picture. In fact, you're the only part of it. So there you go. Be blessed. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you next time.